game keycards kind of signify the start of the end for physical media and physical ownership, because yes, you have a physical card, but it still requires you to download everything. A lot of people have been wondering as to why that is. Is it a cost-saving measure? Who knows? Something that happened recently did shed a little bit of light on that. Potentially, again, this is the one which out of all three topics that I've mentioned in this video that there's a little, well, I say little, massive asterisk by, because this isn't 100% confirmed to be the situation. However, the information provided would suggest it's this way. So this is the article from the Gamer website, which essentially goes over a leak that happened. Well, I say a leak, it was because of a hack to Arc System Works, where a lot of information got out there, and one of the things that was picked up was that game cartridge sizes for the Switch 2 were game keycard or 64 gig. There was no in between, no 8, no 16, no 32, just straight if you want a game keycard or a 64 gig cartridge, which is why people are now starting to think that companies are leaning towards that game keycard situation. And again, another massive asterisk here, apparently the person that has leaked this information isn't 100% with all this stuff and hasn't got the best track record, so take this with a pinch of salt, okay? But it is an interesting way, and if it is true, it does kind of make sense to why it would be this way. From the Switch 1 era, we can remember that the bigger cartridge sizes were a lot more expensive for developers, which is why very few opted for that bigger size. I think one of the only games I can remember being on a massive 30, I say massive, it was 32 gigabytes in size, but in comparison to the rest of the Switch library, that's huge, was Witcher 3, because it had all the DLC and everything on it in one cartridge. And again, that was with CD Projekt Red, who have obviously done Cyberpunk, and that's on a 64 gig cartridge, so it kind of makes sense that they might have some sort of deal going on with Nintendo there. But for other developers who are in this situation now where they're developing games for the Switch 2, if it's not going to fit on a 64 gig cartridge and fill it, why would they bother? Or in general, why would they bother if the game keycard is going to be a lot cheaper, which means they can save money on manufacturing and potentially, fingers crossed, blue sky thinking, pass that saving on to the consumer. I doubt that'll ever happen, but still.